Hey, what's up, guys? And welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that is less ghost in the attic and more monster in the parking lot. You guys have been asking for more real-life entitlement stories, so today, we're looking at a level of audacity that is honestly kind of horrifying. This one comes from a user who just wanted to finish their grocery run after a long morning, but ended up in a showdown over a spot that, spoiler alert, was definitely not hers. Before we get into the madness, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Without further ado, let's get into this total nightmare at the grocery store. This happened today and I'm still annoyed about it. I was at the grocery store looking for parking. A spot near the entrance had someone loading their car, so I pulled up next to them with my blinker on and waited. I probably sat there for 5 minutes while they finished loading and got their cart situated. Finally, they pulled out and I pulled in. A normal parking lot interaction. As I was getting out of my car, this woman pulled up behind me and started honking. I turned around, confused, and she rolled down her window, yelling that I took her spot. I told her I'd been waiting there with my blinker on for several minutes. She said she was clearly waiting for it from 3 rows away and that I should have seen her. I looked where she was pointing. She was literally parked 3 rows back with no blinker on and no indication she was waiting for anything. She was just sitting in a spot in a completely different part of the lot. She demanded I move my car so she could have the spot. She said it was rude that I took it when she was obviously waiting. I told her that's not how parking works and walked away. She sat there honking for about 30 seconds before finally driving off. The audacity of claiming a spot retroactively. Like I'm supposed to scan the entire parking lot for people who might potentially want the spot I'm actively waiting for? I was already irritated before this because I'd just spent my lunch break playing some Grizzly's Quest, trying to decompress from a stressful morning. And then this happens. Honestly, it's moments like these that just leave you staring into space for a second. We've all been there. That point where you're already at your limit, just trying to find one small pocket of peace. Like a quick game on your lunch break, only for someone else's entitlement to shatter it. It isn't just about a parking spot. It's that complete lack of awareness for other people. The idea that someone else's reality should revolve around yours from 3 rows away. It's exhausting. But I have to wonder, what is going on in someone's day that makes a 30-second delay feel like an act of war? There's a strange kind of clarity that comes when you just walk away, when you realize you don't have to participate in someone else's chaos. I'm curious, though. Have you ever had one of those retroactive claims thrown at you? Or maybe you were the one having a bad day and realized it too late? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how you handled the audacity. Take a breath, because as strange as that interaction was, the next person we're talking about wasn't just looking for a parking spot. They were looking for something much, much more permanent. I have finally realized I need to leave my crappy second marriage. 24 years of ups and downs that have steadily declined. I hate to admit failure for a second time. Although my first divorce was due to him cheating. This time is different, and my story is long. To be honest, I probably wouldn't have married him if I wasn't pregnant. I have 2 children from my first marriage, and their dad has always been involved in their lives. I was doing okay as a single mom, had a great job, and family to help with the kids. Then I met Romeo. He was 7 years younger, the very opposite of me. Outgoing, laid back, never met a stranger. And he wasn't all about sex like Horatio. I fell pregnant after 15 months of dating, and although I waited at first, we married 1 week before our first child was born. The second one came 17 months later. Romeo treated me like a queen the first few years, and he was a good dad, but we had very different parenting styles. He was the cool dad, lenient, wanted to be their friend, couldn't say no. I was the primary breadwinner and worked long hours, so he was the more present parent. He spoiled our two youngest more so than the older two. And then he became insecure in our relationship, very jealous and paranoid, accusing me of affairs that I never had. At times, Romeo was verbally and emotionally abusive. We tried counseling, but it wasn't his thing. So our relationship continued to erode, bringing us to the present day. We are empty nesters now, all 4 kids grown and gone. One recently married, one engaged, one in a committed relationship, and one busy with a demanding career who dates but hasn't found the right one yet. No grandchildren. Romeo has a great relationship with the kids, but me? Not so much. The older two resented me for working so much and leaving them in Romeo's care. The oldest has matured and grown, and our relationship is great. My only daughter has not forgiven me. She has emotional trauma from her childhood and is low contact. The younger two, both boys, saw me as the bad guy, the mean mom who made them do chores, had strict rules, never let them have fun. Our relationship is strained at best. I am the victim of CSA by my father. I have also battled depression since I was a teen. After 30+ years working in healthcare, my body is wearing down. The depression has gotten worse in the last 4 to 5 years. I take medication, go to therapy, and try my best, but every day is difficult. Romeo makes it harder. He doesn't understand why I am depressed, seeing how great my life is. We have a nice home, great kids, no serious health issues, so I should be happy. Our relationship is best described as roommates who tolerate each other. We've slept in separate rooms for 15+ years, at first due to my rotating shifts. There is no intimacy. I do not enjoy sex. It's actually painful. But I give in a couple of times a month just to stop his crappy attitude when I tell him no. I am not his first priority, nor his second, third, etc. Everyone and everything comes before me. To the outside world, Romeo is a great guy, caring father, funny, loving, and kind to others. That's not the guy I live with. I guess it could be worse, but I know it won't get better. I doubt we truly love each other anymore, not in a way that counts. My therapist says it's time to move on. I don't know how. It's a heavy thing, isn't it? To spend 24 years building a life only to realize you've been living in a house that was never quite a home. Hearing this, you realize that moving on isn't just about a change of address. It's about the quiet, terrifying reclamation of a self that's been buried under decades of shift work, parenting, and a partner who looks right through you. We're often told that if there isn't a big reason, no fresh infidelity, no physical violence, then we should just keep tolerating the hollowness. But the slow erosion of your spirit is its own kind of tragedy. It takes an incredible, silent strength to admit that good enough for the outside world is no longer enough for your soul. You aren't failing a second time. You are finally choosing to succeed at being honest with yourself. Experiences like this, the feeling of being a roommate in your own marriage, are far more common than the polished versions of life we see on social media. I wonder, have you ever felt like a supporting character in your own life? And if you finally chose yourself, what is the first thing you would do with that freedom? If this story resonated with you, or if you've walked a similar path, please share your thoughts in the comments. Your words might be the exact lifeline someone else needs to hear today. Like and follow if you'd like to sit with more stories of the human heart. Remember, it is never too late to start the long walk back to yourself.